Man, let me tell y'all, man. I have a lot of love and respect for the black community, which is why my primary focus is black people. And even though the way I voted is not culturally aligned with what a lot of black folks wanted me to do, my overall audience is black people. So let's talk about the missed opportunity. I had to make this video because opportunities like this for the black community, you guys got to understand, this comes around once in a blue moon. And the absolute missed opportunity for black people in this election was coming up with an agenda. I don't understand how you can watch the media as an African American and you can see just how hard the Democrats are fighting to beat Donald Trump. They're fighting so hard. Like they're coming out all stops. Hollywood, media, FBI, like never Trumpers. And they're like, we need the black vote to win. Like if the black vote ain't never mattered, it matters right now. And for our people to just acquiesce without an agenda, like the time where you see like white people fighting on the street, like you got Antifa fighting the Proud Boys or Antifa fighting white Trump supporters. They're going so far as killing each other. They're killing each other over this political game. For black people to sit back quietly and say, I'm going to vote out of fear, even though this is a once in a lifetime, maybe this opportunity won't come in the next 50, 60 years, maybe. I don't understand. So let's talk about what black folks missed. Black people we probably could have got reparations. Like, I'm being serious about this. The liberals are so focused on beating Donald Trump and so paranoid. Like, they're blocking your Twitter, your Facebook, if you say anything bad about Joe Biden's son. You see if a black person even hints that he's voting for Trump, you got Chelsea Handler coming out. Nick, what are you doing? See, like, hey, I had to talk to that nigga, and I made sure that he denounced Donald Trump. I got y'all. Like, how do black people ignore this? Like, this is phenomenal to me. Because you want to be comfortable. Like, you want to feel good. Like you want to feel like you're loved by white people. That's just what it is. You want to feel comfortable. You want to feel emotionally okay. And I'm sorry, man, that is killing the black community. That is killing us. Black folks should have been like, okay, Democrats, you want to beat Donald Trump so badly. Okay, we want a $1 trillion stimulus into our communities, in our neighborhoods, in our school system, education. We want some education in building businesses and things of that nature. It makes zero sense that we have a black political class who is telling black folks to vote out of fear. I'm sorry, that is a betrayal. That is a betrayal. This is what Malcolm X said, to the point that it takes Ice Cube. He's not even a politician to be like, you know what? Let me sit down with some educated black folks like Dr. Claude Anderson, some people from ADOS, some people from different things, and let's come up with an economic agenda for black people. Because obviously, this having no money and protesting is not working. It's just not working. Listen, y'all, a black man's probably going to die by the cops next month. What is our response? Protest. What is this stopping? Like, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I feel like white people allow your ass to protest because it's a way of exerting negative energy, to getting things off your chest, to get that anger out. And then what are you going to do after the protest? You're going to go right back to sleep and do nothing, to be not taken seriously. And they're going to pop your black ass again. So something has to change. These issues of the black community should have been brought forefront to Joe Biden. It's just amazing to me how the LGBT community, let me tell y'all the difference between the LGBT community and the black community, which you got to commend the LGBT community. Like, the one thing I commend them, the LGBT community stays on the Democrats' ass. Not only the Democrats' ass, they stay on the Republicans' ass. So whoever's the president, guess what? None of y'all are going to overwrite these LGBT marriage laws. We stay on the ass. It doesn't matter if you speak good about the LGBT community. We want guarantees of what you're going to do for us when you become the president. And you get the Biden administration coming out with a 100-day plan for the LGBT community. But what's interesting is that the black community has been voting Democrat for 50 plus years, and there's no 100-day plan for you. Do you know why there's no 100-day plan for you, black man and woman? It's because you don't administer consequences. When people betray you, you do nothing. When the Democrats don't promise you, when they promise you stuff and they get in their office and they ignore you, you do nothing. You apply no pressure. And then when an African American man or woman tries to apply some type of pressure, you call them a coon publicly. It's not even silently, it's publicly, to where the white liberal who needs your vote is looking and be like, okay, well, if they're going to call them out, we ain't got to do shit for them. That's why you fail every 4 years politically, and you're going to keep failing every 4 years politically. To change this, you must learn how to operate strategically, logically. So if a black man like Ice Cube comes up with a plan and he presents both sides, you know what you do as a black man or woman? You sit down and you shut up. You say, okay, I see what he's trying to do. So you know what? We as a black collective, we're not going to say who we're voting for until we're going to see who takes his black plan seriously. Or we're going to sit out. The Democrats say, well, Trump is a racist, sexist, homophobe. And so what? We've been through this how many years? And nothing's changed for our community. So you can scare us about this evil white man. Our people been through worse. So what? We're going to sit quiet and we're going to see who takes it seriously. What that will do is put pressure on the Democrats to take you seriously. You know why? Because they may lose you to the Republicans. And the Republicans, they're going to say, okay, we may mess around and get the black vote this time. Therefore, we must take these people seriously. If we want to keep getting their vote, we need to implement these plans. We need to have serious talks with their people to implement these plans. That is the solution. But yeah, like I said, this is going to be a major missed opportunity for black people. If Biden wins, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen to the black community. Everyone talking about politics is not going to matter. You know why? Especially the black community, because black folks just won't give a shit. They don't give a shit. It's a Democrat in power who makes them feel good, just like it was in Obama series. There's going to be no talk about a black agenda, no talk about black folks coming together for economics, no like descendants of slave specifically focusing on black folks, no reparation talks, no none of that. It's just gone, dead, done. And then what's crazy is this elitist, I'ma shut you the fuck up type politics is going to be enforced in the black community. To whereas when black men and women come up with plans, you're going to have an angry mob justified in shutting them up. To where it's going to, see, you guys got to understand, when white liberals shut up your masculine black men, it serves as an example for other black men. You see what happened to this Negro? You don't want to end up like him, so you shut up. And it shuts our community up for even engaging politically. That has to stop. But that will happen under the Biden administration. All this censorship you see on Facebook where you say something bad about a Democrat or you tell someone to shut up, it's just going to be heightened because they don't want you to think, okay? All this does is stop thinking people from communicating. They do not want, and I'm telling black people this seriously, They don't want intelligent black men specifically, and some women, but specifically black men discussing politics in an even-handed way. You know why? Because that wakes people up. Ice Cube has 5 million people following him. 5 million. He is a threat because what he's doing is he's telling his 5 million followers, we're going to sit back and shut up until someone takes us seriously. Otherwise, we ain't voting. That is a threat. When Lil Wayne is different from Ice Cube. When Lil Wayne endorses Donald Trump, once again, that is a threat to the Democrats. Why? Lil Wayne has 35 million people following his Twitter, okay? 35 million people following his Twitter. They do not want those people to not vote for Democrats. So Lil Wayne has got to be ostracized because he is not acting and voting in the manner that white. It was interesting. We talk about white supremacy all the time, but he's not acting and behaving in a way that white liberals want him to behave. You as a black man are not supposed to meet with their enemy. Trump is their enemy. That's not your enemy. Their enemy. For whatever socialist, communist plan they have, that's their enemy. And what they're doing is they're telling you, black person, our enemies that's stopping us from gaining power is your enemies. Therefore, you need to be equally as mad at them as we are. And you got these sellout Negroes. Oh my God. Malcolm X warned us about them. That is literally behaving like slave catchers, where people like Ice Cube is just acting, just meeting with both sides like any intelligent other community would do. They're calling him a coon. They're trying to cancel him, or they're trying to discredit him as some sexist, patriarchal male who is not looking out the best interest for his women. Y'all, I saw Ice Cube on Fox Soul, and God bless these sisters' soul, man. They were upset that no black women were mentioned in this plan. Black people, man. When you do stuff like that, it's just like a never-ending rabbit hole that never ends. When you say, because you don't mention black women or black gays or black transgenders or black disability or black people who got one arm instead of two arms, then that's problematic. That creates this division. That's all that's for. It's just to divide black people. They see you coming together as a collective. They see you waking up intellectually. You are waking up. You are seeing through all the shenanigans. Black people, we are empowered. We're like, no, we're not playing this anymore. They're like, okay, we are dealing with people who are psychological warfare, okay? They are very intelligent. How can we continue to divide these Negroes? Throw their women against them. Convince their women, pay their women to go out there and say black women aren't involved in this plan, therefore the whole thing is sexist, scrap it. Okay, this is what we're dealing with, black people, and we need to reject this wholeheartedly. No, you're not going to turn our women against us, okay? When Q mentions black people, that encompasses everyone. And black people, we just have to wake up against this. So, y'all, man, me personally, and this may sound biased, Trump, to me, if he wins, it's going to be beneficial towards the black community as far as us being angry and involved politically and waking up. Because I'm telling you, when Biden wins, the mountain to talk to black people is going to get so high, it's going to be non-existent. And our community should not be that predictable. Just think about it, y'all. How is it that with the black community, that we are the only community out of all races that whatever Democrat candidate they put up, you automatically know how they're going to vote? How does that help us as a community move forward politically, intellectually, logically, economically, when they know that whatever candidate they put up, however flawed, whatever racist thing they've done in the past, you are going to vote for them unequivocally? That sets you up to be ignored. I don't know where this came from our people, where we're just automatic Democrats. Well, I don't know where this came from. Let me tell y'all something, man. If black people were on code, I'm being straight up honest with you. If there was a black collective conscience that say, you know what, we're not going to vote at all until our agendas is set, guess what, y'all? I wouldn't even vote for Trump. I will ride for the black community. I'm going to say, oh, shit, yo, these Negroes are serious right now. They talk about not voting for nobody. They all on code. Hey, I'm not voting. I'm going to see what happens. I'm seriously, I swear to God, I'm going to shut up and I'm going to see what happens. And I want to see both sides take us seriously, especially for black men. This is just for black men. Black men, don't allow your voices to be silent, okay? You are the rebellion factor of your community. You are the warrior class of your community. As warrior classes, you always step up in front of the lines and you get shot with the arrows. But guess what? God bless you with the shield mentally. You know what your shield is, black men? Your head. So when they shoot those arrows at you, you're sexist. You are voting against the best interest of the community. You are misogynist. Shoot them arrows. Your mind develops a shield that blocks and reflects it, and you're so intelligent to articulate yourself that your women get on your side. They're like, no, he's not like that. I've seen this man. He's married. He treats every black woman with respect. He ain't no damn sexist, man. Y'all not gonna tackle black men like that. Because your mind, God bless you with that shield. That is the main reason why you are not allowed to talk to Joe Biden. If you're not acting like Cardi B or P. Diddy, oh my God, man. I'm so disappointed in P. Diddy, man. Let me just real quick talk about P. Diddy and I'm done. I'm so disappointed in P. Diddy. P. Diddy, he came out first saying we are going to withhold our vote because black people are not in the equation politically. And I respected P. Diddy for that. I had a lot of respect for him for that. But then when this guy turns around and says, you know what? The first thing we got to do is remove this racist Donald Trump. And then develop a black agenda. You've already lost at that point. You just gave away, P. Diddy, you just gave away your leverage right there. You just guaranteed that you can be ignored. Like, and then what you did, Diddy, is when you say, because Trump said to stand back and stand by, there's going to be a race war. When there's no proof there's a race war. The only people I see fighting on the streets are white liberals and white conservatives. I don't see no specific targeting of black people by some Trump right-wing supporters. There's nobody can say that it's fact. That's a lie. That's a white liberal lie that throw on you. But because you are so emotional and all you do is watch TV and black folks don't have their own media, you believe that. So you got P. Diddy throwing all his leverage away, saying dumb stuff like, well, first we got to get rid of Trump. Okay, you black folks ain't going to get anything out of that. You're going to be ignored. And you know what? If I was a Democrat, a white liberal Democrat who controls shit, I'll be like, okay, well, next 4 years, we're going to scare the shit out of you about this next white Republican trying to kill your people. You see, that's not going to work. If he was a man, he would stand on his ground and say, I'm still not voting for either side until I see black people included in the conversation. That's what men do. That's when I say you develop a mental shield. But if your mental shield is broken, as a man, other people are going to get into your head and influence you and scare the shit out of you to where you, as a grown black man with all this money and all this influence, is paraded from the world as scared. No, we got to get rid of Trump because if we don't, the goddamn Proud Boys going to attack us. That is a man who is scared. Any man that has a gun and knows how to defend his family ain't scared of no white boy. So yeah, guys, that's the missed opportunity, man. You know what? Like I said, I hope Trump wins because this is the only way this conversation is going to continue. And our community should not be a community so easily predictable like that. We should not be a community where we know how black people are going to behave on the Democrats and how they're going to behave on the Republicans. Do we know how the Jewish community is going to behave? No, we don't. Let me tell y'all something. The difference between the Jewish community and our community is that the Jews got Jewish conservatives and Jewish liberals. And you don't ever see them fighting. And they are loved by both sides because at the end of the day, they come together and they say, what do we need to have first, regardless of any of our differences? Jewish interests first, period. That's how the black community should be. We should not say black conservative issues first, black liberals first, whatever benefits the entire collective first. We got to wake up, black people. And that's pretty much all I want to say, man. You know, I'm linking up with intelligent black men, you know, like Boyce Watkins and others, man, because, man, we need black men really to stop being so damn scared. Like, seriously. And if we're going to be ignored, then we need to create our own media. Because you as a black man, intelligent and strong, but you're not going to, don't bet on going on CNN, on these liberal networks. And I would say even in some extent Fox News. Because if you're independent and you're looking out for the best interests, you will be ignored. And that's all I got to say, y'all. Take care.